Family Services and the Center for Victim Safety and Support have always been at the cutting edge of victim services.
The discovery process is one of the most amazing and beautiful things that we're able to witness in family programs.
They know everyone in the community, which is beneficial.
Barriers like childcare and transportation are no longer an issue.
So telehealth has been really transformative for us. The pandemic was terrible. Like most things, out of something terrible came some beautiful things, some wonderful things.
I think an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of response.
They have to learn how to have empathy. They have to learn how to deal with stressful situations. They have to learn how to communicate.
We built it and they came.
Our vision for this region is one of stronger, safer communities where everyone has the opportunity to lead their best lives. That's what drives the work we do every day.
People were really worried that they weren't going to be able to continue to get mental health care, that they weren't going to be able to have access to us. And for many people in the community, we are their lifeline. Telehealth helps us to continue to give people individual therapy, group therapy, medication management, crisis intervention without interruption. We have some projects that we're really excited about. We're going to be collaborating with other community partners so that we can really focus on providing a one-stop shop kind of opportunity so that people can get their comprehensive healthcare needs met. Mental health, substance use, physical health, wellness.
It's so important to keep families and children and parents together. One of the clients that we've been working with this past year, unfortunately, she's gone through quite a bit of trauma and harm in her life. And the beautiful thing about this client is that she has always come with a smile on her face, has been incredibly vulnerable with us in the ways that are sometimes really difficult. But in that process, we've been able to see how strong she is, how resilient she is, and how dedicated and committed to this process that she is. Because of that, one of her children, who was outside of the home, actually decided to move back in with her a few weeks ago.
So when you're scrolling through social media like Facebook or Instagram, you're going to see our campaign, and it relates to healthy nightlife and healthy school life. And when it comes to bystander intervention, a lot of people mistakenly assume you either get directly involved or you do nothing at all for fear of your own personal safety, which makes sense, right? But this campaign is going to show people how much more there is that you can do. So when people are presented with these different scenarios, they are going to have different choices, and those different choices are different options that we train people and teach people about as it relates to bystander intervention for gender-based violence.
One of the ways to mitigate the impact of adverse childhood experiences is to have resilience. And one of the ways to build resilience is to have caring adults who can form relationships with children and wrap their arms around youth in the community who are in need. Over the past year, there's been a number of youth who have been killed through senseless acts of gun violence. And after every single tragedy, our track staff have risen with the community. They have wrapped their arms around the youth. They have grieved with them. They've mourned with them and provided support that neutralizes the toxic stress that youth experience when they are witness to violence.
I'm going to talk about a parent who has called, spoke about the great things that she's watched her son and his cousin take their mindset from a criminal mindset, the willingness to want to shoot someone, to positive decisions, being able to think of a consequence. They're able to communicate. They've grown into completely young, responsible men who are now citizens that want to give back to the community.
In Dutchess County, we've almost doubled the national average in terms of victims who report sexual assault to law enforcement. And the reason behind that is the relationship building and the systems advocacy that we do at the Center for Victim Safety and Support. When we see a challenge or a systemic gap, We work directly to resolve that, and we work with individuals from the district attorney's office, from probation, local law enforcement, or county offices. We don't point fingers in Dutchess County. When something goes wrong, we all come to the table together.
This 100-year-old building is magnificent, and yet at that age it needs attention. A strong community center is essential in meeting the needs of our neighbors. One of the things that makes the Family Partnership Center such a special place is the co-location and the collaboration. You know, when somebody in youth services recognize that a kid may benefit from going to Dutchess Community College for high school equivalency, that's powerful. Our capital campaign will help us replace a roof that is well past end of life, keeping us warm and dry, while also turning the front of the Family Partnership Center into the safe, inviting, and accessible entrance that this community deserves. This region has the potential to thrive in ways we haven't seen in years. But as we stand at the cusp of something special, Family Services wants to do everything we can do to ensure that everyone in this region has the opportunity to lead their best lives. To do that, we all have to come together, lift one another up, help how we can, and know we can ask for help when we need it. That's how we build stronger, safer communities. That's our goal. And with your support, we can get there.